Hey everyone, do you ever feel like your mind is a runaway train, speeding down a track of worry and what-ifs? You lie awake at night, your heart pounding, replaying conversations, like you're a passenger, not the driver of your own thoughts. What if I told you there's an ancient philosophy, over 2,000 years old, that offers a practical toolkit to take back the controls? It's called Stoicism, and it's not about suppressing emotions or being a robot. It's about understanding what you can control and what you can't, and finding unshakable peace right in the middle of life's chaos. Today, we're rediving into 6 powerful Stoic strategies that you can start using right now to overcome fear and anxiety. Our first and most foundational strategy is what the Stoics called the dichotomy of control. It sounds complex, but it's beautifully simple. The philosopher Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of the most respected thinkers of his time, put it this way: some things are within our power, while others are not. Our power lies in our thoughts, our judgments, our choices, and our actions. What's outside our power? Pretty much everything else. The weather, the economy, what other people think of us, or whether you get that promotion. Anxiety thrives when we obsess over things we can't control. Think about it. When you're anxious about a presentation, are you worried about your preparation, which you can control? Or are you worried about your boss's reaction, or a technical glitch, which you can't? The Stoic practice is to consciously separate these. Now, tear off the side you can't control, and mentally, or even physically, throw it Hawaii. Focus all your energy, all your effort, on the first list. This simple act shifts your focus from powerless worry to empowered action. It's not about ignoring problems. It's about investing your energy where it actually makes a difference. A powerful mental exercise called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This might sound negative, but stick with me. It's actually a recipe for resilience. Instead of trying to force positive thoughts, the Stoics advised us to periodically and calmly imagine things going wrong. What if you lose your job? What if you fail that exam? What if the relationship ends? The goal isn't to wallow in despair. It's to do 2 things. First, you realize that even if the worst happens, you would likely survive. You would find a way. You'd get a new job, retake the exam, or heal from the heartbreak. This robs the future of its terrifying uncertainty. By thinking through potential obstacles, you can create contingency plans. Seneca wrote, "What is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect, and unexpectedness adds to the weight of a disaster." By mentally rehearsing adversity, you strip it of its shock value. You're no longer ambushed by life. You're prepared. So, take 5 minutes, sit quietly and visualize a fear coming true. Then, calmly ask yourself, and then what? What would I do next? You'll be surprised at how your own resourcefulness and strength come to the surface. Our third strategy tackles the stories we tell ourselves. It's about viewing things objectively, or as the Stoics would say, from a bird's eye view. When we're anxious, our perception gets distorted. A small mistake at work becomes a career-ending disaster. A critical comment from a friend becomes proof that everyone dislikes us. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, constantly reminded himself to strip events of their dramatic narrative. He'd write in his journal, breaking things down to their bare facts. That person didn't betray you. They acted in their own perceived. You didn't fail miserably. You submitted a project with specific errors that can be corrected. This practice is about separating the objective event from the subjective judgment you attach to it. Anxiety is almost always found in that judgment, in the story. So when you feel that familiar knot of fear, pause and ask yourself, what actually happened? Describe it as if you were a neutral, scientific observer. Just the facts. You will often find that the reality is far less terrifying than the story your anxious mind was spinning. You can take the drama out of the crisis. The fourth Stoic tool is a powerful reframe, amor fati, or the love of fate. This is perhaps the most challenging, yet most liberating, of all Stoic ideas. It doesn't just mean accepting what happens. It means loving it. It means seeing every event, especially the difficult ones, as a necessary and even beneficial part of your journey. The great philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, who was heavily influenced by the Stoics, preceded us, not merely to bear what is necessary, but to love it. So, you got laid off. Can you see it as the push you needed to start your own business or find a more fulfilling career? Your flight was cancelled. Can you see it as an unexpected opportunity to explore a new city or have a deep conversation with a stranger? Amor fati is about treating life not as a series of random, unfortunate events, but as a perfectly woven tapestry. Every thread, even the dark and rough ones, is essential to the final picture. When you can look at a challenge and say, "This is exactly what I needed," you become antiforgal. You don't just endure hardship, you grow stronger because of it. Fear has no hold on someone who embraces everything that comes their way. Our fifth strategy is about remembering our own mortality. Memento mori. This sounds incredibly morbid, but for the Stoics, it was the ultimate source of perspective and motivation. We live as if we have infinite time, which allows us to waste precious days on petty anxieties and pointless fears. We worry about what someone thought of our outfit, or get angry about being cut off in traffic. Memento mori cuts through all that noise. The Stoics used this reminder not to create fear of death, but to create an appreciation for life. When you remember that your time is finite, you're less likely to sweat the small stuff. You're more likely to ask the important questions. Is this fear worth my limited time and energy? Am I living in alignment with my values right now? Steve Jobs famously said in his Stanford commencement speech that remembering he would be dead soon was the most important tool he had to make the big choices in life. It clears away external expectations, pride, and fear of failure. So, keep a reminder, a skull on your desk, a simple note, or a daily meditation. Remember, you will die. And then, go live fully and courageously today. Finally, our sixth strategy is all about action and service. The Stoics believed we are social creatures, built for community. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the beehive is not good for the bee." When we are trapped in our own heads, drowning in anxiety, one of the most effective antidotes is to turn our focus outward. Go help someone else. Volunteer. Call a friend who is struggling. Do a favor for a neighbor without expecting anything in return. When you are actively engaged in helping others, a few amazing things happen. First, your own problems seem to shrink in comparison. Second, you shift your identity from anxious person to helpful person, which is far more empowering. And third, you connect with a sense of purpose that is larger than your own fears. Anxiety is fundamentally a self-focused state. Service is the opposite. It breaks the cycle of rumination and connects you to our shared humanity. So, the next time you feel that wave of anxiety building, ask yourself a simple question. Who can I help right now? The answer might be the most powerful anxiolytic there is. So, there you have it. 6 Stoic strategies to reclaim your peace of mind. The dichotomy of control to focus your energy where it matters. Premeditatio malorum to prepare for adversity. The bird's eye view to see things objectively. Amor fati to love your fate. Memento mori to live with urgency and purpose, and turning to service to get out of your own head. Stoicism isn't a quick fix. It's a lifelong practice. It's about training your mind, day by day, to be more resilient, more virtuous, and more serene. Start with just one of these strategies. You have the power to stop being a passenger on that runaway train of anxiety and become the confident driver of your own mind. If you found this helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe for more content on practical philosophy for modern life. I'd love to hear in the comments which of these strategies resonates with you the most.